It's okay, it's alright, won't be waiting for long.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming back. I gotta do this one quickly because I'm losing the light and it started to get kind of stormy and windy on the horizon, so I'm gonna do this one real brief. First off, got the gimbal. Things are smoother. Yeah. Today we're gonna be talking about a very particular shoe and how it sits in a line of shoes. So it's not something that's new, but no one that I've seen is talking about how people are trying to wear this shoe for style when it's actually a technical runner. So today we're going to be talking about the Nike AlphaFly Next Percent. Oh my goodness, this shoe is a fantastic shoe. It's amazing. Technical marvel, technical masterpiece. Everything I love in a shoe. The breathability, the cushion, the technology. It's avant-garde, it's beautiful. But it might just be too much shoe. Now, why is that? Why am I saying that for a shoe that I really do like? I think the problem is with a technical runner, it's going to put you in a certain position. And if you are not steaming down the track, if you are not kicking up dust in lane 4, then it really is going to be too much shoe for just walking around. This shoe sits in a category of shoes called over cushioning or super shoe, where you've got, your Hoka's, Atreyu, you've got shoes by Asics, you've got shoes by Brooks, all sitting in this category of super shoes because of this super stack of 40 millimeter foam in the back. Typically maybe a carbon plate, typically some kind of added bonus benefit like a Zoom X cushioning or like AirPods in the front. Now, this one has caught the style eye because of some of the cues that Nike has been using over the last few years. And also the reintroduction of Zoom Air. Double stack Zoom is not a new thing, but the way it's being used on a propulsion plate is kind of a new gig. So we're going to talk about how this shoe sits in with technical running and style, that intersection for a shoe that looks this good. Now, a technical runner such as this typically can't be worn for style, but when it looks so damn good, everybody wants to try to put a piece of it on. I get that. That's kind of what I would do with it, although I would also train in it. Now, I don't mind the overstacked shoe for training because I'm a bigger runner. I'm 6'4", right around 215 for the most part, down a little bit less when I'm actually in competition mode, hopefully down around 195, 200. But to be putting my weight on top of a normal shoe, a shoe, I don't need ground feel. I'm going to push through most anything at my size. What I actually need is cushioning, and I need response. I need to get some of that energy back. This would do that. What's up? How you guys doing? Really? Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right there. Yeah, okay, cool. Well, be safe. Don't get hit by a car. Bye. Totally forgot. I totally lost my place. Oh, the intersection of style and fashion and technical running. Now, again, this shoe is very particular for use. When I'm needing energy return, I'm all about it. But when I'm walking, I found out that this was actually making me hyperextend my knees because I wasn't putting enough tempo and pace on my shoe to get me to the front, to get me to these AirPods. Now, walking, that's actually very uncomfortable. But running, it would be fantastic. So, let's look at really briefly how we got to this point. These super shoes have gotten so technical that it's hard to wear them for style. They're not meant for it, but they market it like you should wear them for style. Oh, but then they don't feel the same. So let's check it out. Now let's have a look at some shoes that I have been able to wear over the last few years. And I've worn some of them for style. But the fact of the matter is that these are all technical runners. And as you progress up the scale here, the more technical they became, actually the better looking they became, and the further away from a style shoe they became. This is the Zoom Fly. This shoe first launched 2017 right alongside its look-alike shoe, the Vaporfly 4%. Now, this shoe was standard foam. This is before they put React in it. It does have a plate, although not carbon fiber. Standard upper, open mesh, couple layers of the open mesh. Beautiful shoe. Earth-shattering difference when I put this shoe on. I was able to cop this shoe in Stockholm, Sweden in 2017, and I absolutely loved sneaker hunting in a foreign country. It was amazing to be able to go stand online, nobody there. I walk in, I get the shoe. I didn't have anyone to even celebrate with because I didn't know anybody in Stockholm at the time. And so it was really cool to be able to get my hands on this shoe. You can see it's well loved. I run and train in them, but this you could style in. The cushioning, the technical system and aspects were not so much that it was uncomfortable for regular wear. Now this is a stepped up version of that. This would happen to be the Zoom Fly FK or the Zoom Fly Flyknit that came out the subsequent year. This is the Zoom Fly 2. Well, they really didn't call it the 2. I suppose they just called it the FK. This had a much smoother ride. They did go with React cushioning on this one. You can see there, they gave you all the details. Okay, and they actually give you a carbon fiber plate and React cushioning. This was one of the best training shoes that I have ever worn. Incredible. The carbon fiber was not so harsh that it ruined your ride, and it was regular everyday wear, gone slightly more technical. Now the FK was good, Flyknit was really, really good, and it just worked. It just worked. You can see some of those design cues that just got more exaggerated. Step up next to the Vaporfly 4% Ekiden. This shoe right here. This was the second Vaporfly, full-length Zoom X cushioning, carbon fiber plate. This was a special edition, the Ekiden special edition from Japan. I was stoked to get my hands on this one. Really, really cool shoe, but almost the exact twin of the Zoom Fly that I just showed you, except for some minor cues. It was pretty much the same design, but they stepped up some of the technical aspects. The midsole tooling was full-length Zoom X, carbon fiber. They both had that kind of plate. So really it was just the cushioning foam that made the slight difference in this one. Then we make the quantum leap. The quantum leap to the Zoom Tempo Next Percent. The Next Percent line was actually something that came after the AlphaFly, and it slotted in as a tempo runner with some of the technical aspects of the big dog shoe, and you'll see some of that in the tread pattern, in the forefoot cushioning with the Zoom AirPods. Some of the Zoom X got a React heel on it, some of the same cues in style with that sort of aerodynamic heel. This was slotted in to take the place of the Pegasus Turbo and the Pegasus Turbo 2, which had full-length Zoom X cushioning, but it did not have a plate, and it was a stepped-up version of the Pegasus. This is somewhat of an everyday. You can wear it for style. It is a technical runner, and it does take a lot of breaking in, but it was meant to be the tempo shoe, the everyday shoe of the training realm. And then you go all the way up to the Big Mama Jahamba and the AlphaFly. This one is full-on tech. Like, I really don't know. It's gonna stay in my collection, but I really don't know how often, how much I can wear it unless I break that down and really get it to groove with my foot. It doesn't even really take insoles that well because the insoles are tacked down. I could tear that out and maybe get a little more traditional insole in there so that I have a little more heel transition. But the truth is, you sink into that foam and you actually have to climb out of it. Now the Zoom pods and the carbon fiber plate in this, beautiful. You can see a little bit of those style cues, a little bit of those technical cues there in the tread and the forefoot plate. This is an incredible shoe. It really is. And I love Technical Marvels. I love having this kind of shoe in my collection because of the quantum leaps that it's trying to make. However, this is just a lot of shoe. And I really don't know if this much shoe can be put to use if you're not a runner. Now, I love it. I am a runner, so this will get some work on the track. It would make a fantastic track shoe for training, again, like some of my other trainers that I've had at my size. Now, a lot of people will say they're not meant to be used that way. I kind of got to disagree, because these shoes are actually based off of the rigidity of a track spike. All they did was put the technology of a track spike with the hard bottom and plate, with the forefoot propulsion system, and then they wrapped it in over cushioning. So they made your track spikes more comfortable. So at tempo, I could use this shoe on a track, especially at my size. A distance runner running at his full clip in a marathon or a 5K is running about the same pace as a sprinter who is doing a tempo workout. So the speed at which I'd be using these is good for me, and they can be put to use. However, it's just a lot of shoe if you're not going to keep it ultimately technical. So we'll see. I'll have to give you guys a look at these on foot, and we'll maybe track back and see how the saga goes with this shoe. Sorry I lost the light. I was trying to get this done as quickly as possible, so some of the lighting might be fading on you. Shouts out to my boys in Lyon. Dope versus everybody. I miss y'all. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think of the shoes. Let me know what you think of the video. The gimbal was a lot smoother this time. Appreciate you rocking with me.
Everybody wants that, but no one really like you. So